I'd like to thank the audience once again for attending this debate and the candidates, my fellow candidates here, Andrew, Dwayne, and Rishi, for exchanging ideas and answering the questions that were posed to us tonight. I think the question you need to answer going away from this forum this evening is on May 14th, what do you want to have happen? My sense in every community that I go to, and I travel a lot as the NDP's environment critic, in different regions of this province, is that British Columbians want a new government for a lot of reasons. But one of the reasons they want a new government is they want a government that's going to take climate action seriously and place that at the top of their agenda. The other ballot question here is unquestionably concern about the Enbridge Northern Gateway. And as I mentioned earlier in my remarks tonight, the Enbridge Northern Gateway final decision-making rests with Stephen Harper. So May 14th is an opportunity for British Columbia to actually take back its right, its constitutional jurisdiction as a province to decide for ourselves whether that project works for us or doesn't. And we know where British Columbians stand on that. They need a government who is on their side to make a determination on the Enbridge Northern Gateway. One thing we didn't get to tonight that I think is a choice for environmentally minded voters like yourselves is the environmental assessment process in British Columbia itself. This province was the Wild West in terms of how industrial development was approved or not approved prior to the Environmental Assessment Act that Mike Harcourt brought in 1994. Back then it was private rooms and political influence that determined whether projects went forward or not. And we had the best legislation that the United Nations and others came to study, and it has been dismantled by the BC Liberals. The Environmental Assessment Office today is not the agency that it should be, and it's not capable of doing the job that British Columbians expect of it, and we need to reform, yes, legislation, but reform the capacity of that agency. Finally, we need to fix the carbon tax for the reasons I've mentioned, but to fund public transit. You know, I talked to a woman the other day who was on the bus who has to deal with pass-up issues. It takes her an hour to get to work. She's thinking of buying a car because public transit is suffering so much in British Columbia. Look at the fracking question we've talked to tonight. I talked to a gentleman in Ladysmith who has a patent on a water treatment facility. He's taken it to the gas fields in British Columbia. All of the big companies have tried it, and they've said that that's great, but we don't need to do it. We're not required. There's a Danish company coming to buy his patents. That means clean innovation and patents are going to be owned in Denmark, not British Columbia, because we don't have the right regulatory regime here in British Columbia. Those are the kinds of issues that are at stake in this election. And if you care about the environment, vote New Democrat to get a government that's on your side. Thank you.